What's the pinnacle of striking martial arts? Is it boxing, where one has the complete mastery over their two hands? Or is it kickboxing, where one is able to use a weapon that is 3 times stronger than their arms? Or perhaps it's karate, where they're taught how to quickly dart in and out of attacks. All are good candidates for the best striking martial art, but they all end up falling short. The best striking style must be able to incorporate all 8 limbs of the body, meaning that they must be able to use both fists, both legs, both elbows, and both knees. This is Muay Thai. The man who stands at the top of this discipline can be said to be the strongest striker in the world. What's up, Bakas? It's your boy Natty Light, and welcome to another part of my Kengan Ashura analysis series. Once again, I'm going to be going over one of my favorite fighters from the show. Today, I'll be analyzing none other than the Thai God of War, Gaolang Wongsawat. I'll be going over his backstory, his appearance, his personality, and of course, his fighting style. But before we get into any of that, I'm going to warn you guys that there are going to be major spoilers regarding the Kengan Ashura manga. I'm going to be explaining as much about Gaolang as possible, which means that I will be revealing crucial plot points regarding the story. Now that you've been warned, let's jump right into the video. Gaolang stands at 6'1" and weighs in at 201 pounds. Like most fighters that hail from Thailand, he has a muscular physique, tan skin, brown eyes, and straight black hair. The most distinguishing parts about his appearance is his constantly stern face, narrow eyes, and the jewel he wears around his forehead. Gaolang is usually depicted as a calm and serious individual, especially when compared to normal Muay Thai fighters who are known for being hotheads. His calmness plays a large role into what makes him such a great combatant because it allows him the ability to carefully assess his opponent's skills and be methodical with his attacks. He has shown to be very analytic, as there are multiple times where Gaolang is analyzing his fellow Kengan fighters during their matches. Given how serious he takes combat and how he believes a fight should be between 2 honorable warriors, he sees the Kengan Annihilation Tournament as a sham. He refers to it as a freak show and sees it as being filled with colorful characters who use parlor tricks and weapons. However, Gaolang is not a stubborn man, and his respect can be earned by displaying determination and resolve. Unlike many of the other fighters in the tournament who fight for money or to satisfy their own personal vendetta, Gaolang participates in the tournament out of sheer loyalty and patriotism. He considers it an honor to represent Thailand and to act as a king's sword. However, there does reside a fire in Gaolang where he does selfishly long for a tough battle. Gaolang began training Muay Thai at the age of 5 when the former king of Thailand set him upon the path of becoming a fighter. He would spend years honing his craft, and by the age of 15, he was already unmatched within Thailand. He began to cross borders to compete and eventually participated in an annual martial arts tournament in the neighboring country of Myanmar. It was there that he met fellow fighter Yaruzuka Saopang. Despite defeating Saopang, this was the first match in Gaolang's career where he didn't win by KO and won by referee's decision. This was the beginning of their eternal, albeit one-sided, rivalry. Much to Gaolang's displeasement, Saopang would continue to hound him for a rematch and would go even as far as crossing borders and climbing high-rise apartments. After not seeing each other for a while, they would eventually run into each other once again in the future Kengan Annihilation Tournament. Gaolang spends his days being the bodyguard and loyal servant to King Rama XIII, the de facto leader of Thailand. Gaolang considers it an honor to serve by his king's side and considers his job as a bodyguard to be his primary duty, with his fighting career coming second. Over the years he spent protecting the king, he displayed time and time again his incredible fighting abilities. In one instance, King Rama was approached by Japanese shoot wrestler Kaz Fujita, who demanded Rama hire him as a bodyguard. Fujita displayed incredible endurance in front of the king by taking simultaneous attacks from 2 Muay Thai fighters without as much as flinching. Rama agreed to hire Fujita under the condition he defeated Gaolang in battle. Angered by Fujita's rudeness towards his king, Gaolang made short work of the Japanese wrestler, putting him down with just a couple of jabs. Rama revealed he didn't doubt Gaolang's victory for a second, and this incident further reinforced his belief in Gaolang's strength. During his time as the king's bodyguard, Gaolang also decided to pursue a career in boxing. He quickly dominated the sport and gained worldwide renown after becoming the heavyweight champion in all 4 major boxing organizations in just a short 4 years. 2 months prior to the Kengan Annihilation Tournament, the CEO of Yado Trading Co., Ida Tadashi, appeared before King Rama. Tadashi came to request that Gaolang be his company's representative, stating that if he became Kengan chairman, both his company and the country of Thailand will receive great profits. When asked whether he would participate, Gaolang states that if it was his king's wish, then he would gladly fight against an army of 10,000 men. Gaolang made his debut in the Kengan Ashura manga in chapter 31. He appears on the SS Kengan along with the other representatives and is easily one of the most recognizable fighters due to his accolades in boxing. While aboard the ship, he coincidentally runs into Saopang, who seems to be representing the village of Don. The two will be linked together for most of the tournament. He is later seen analyzing his opponents in the matches preceding his own. In the second fight, he is quickly able to dissect Okoya's fighting style during his bout against Haru. In the match after that, he is disgusted by Curry Ryan's antics and calls him a brawler with no class. And in Cao Peng's match against Kaoru Yoshinari, Gaolang confidently states that Cao Peng will win, admitting that he is in fact a strong warrior despite his annoying personality. Gaolang has his first Kengan match ever when he faces off against Kaneda Suikichi in the 15th match of the first round. His first impression of Kaneda is that of an average man. To Gaolang, the battlefield is a place for only true warriors to reside and a place for no impurities. But everything he has seen so far in the tournament has disappointed him. He scorns the savages who kill with no remorse, those who use nothing but deception, and those who use weapons. And to top it all off, he now has to face a man who he deems to be overwhelmingly average. As expected, the match starts off with Gaolang dominating Kaneda. He was able to land quick, powerful jabs at will, while also defending against Kaneda's submission attempts. But much to his surprise, Kaneda refused to back down. Kaneda chose to face Gaolang head-on without fear, and got back up every time he was knocked down. Compared to those he had faced in his boxing career, Kaneda was a true warrior and he had earned Gaolang's respect. Gaolang had hoped to end the match quickly because he didn't want to make Kaneda suffer, but it was here that he saw the error in his ways. He realized that the best way to show his respects to Kaneda, a man with an endless amount of grit and determination, was to crush him with all of his might. Gaolang admitted that showing pity in combat was humiliating to his opponent and apologized for his arrogance. Unleashing his full power, Gaolang brought a swift end to Kaneda despite his adversary's best efforts. He leaves the match praising his opponent's courage and even states that he now considers Kaneda a friend. Once again, Gaolang is seen analyzing the various round 2 matches preceding his own, the most notable one being Cao Peng's match against Mikazuchi Rei. Gaolang states that Cao Peng should have the advantage in the match due to his hardened body being a natural counter to Rei's fighting style, but also states that Cao Peng's sudden change in mood could lead to disastrous results. Despite his physical advantages, Cao Peng eventually falls to Rei. Gaolang is later seen after the match counseling Cao Peng. He tells him that he only lost by a hair and that he can still improve as a fighter. This shows that he does in fact care about his so-called rival regardless of how aloof he chooses to act. However, he is absolutely disgusted with seeing Cao Peng's broken will after the match. Gaolang is furious that a man who would dare call himself a rival would give up so easily after suffering one defeat. He leaves sick to his stomach and calls Cao Peng a spineless coward. Gaolang heads into his second round match against none other than the Fang himself, a man considered to be the strongest fighter in the whole Kengan Association. The second Gaolang entered the arena, his presence demanded attention, silencing all the Fang chants from the crowd. The Fang immediately respected Gaolang's prowess and announced that he was going to go all out from the very start. The fight begins as a boxing match and Gaolang is insulted that the Fang believed he could match him in striking. But Gaolang soon realizes that there is some skill behind the Fang's conceit. Although it seems as though they were on equal footing, trading blow for blow, Gaolang was able to masterfully outmaneuver the Fang's offense, parrying him and even landed a devastating counter-strike. Now with the momentum in his favor, he was able to put the Fang on his heels. However, as the Fang always does, he began to evolve and adapt mid-fight. He began to develop a style perfectly suited to fight Gaolang specifically. After damaging Gaolang, the Fang proceeded to taunt him and to goad him into using his full power. And for the first time ever, we see Gaolang smile. This is because despite how cool and serious he acts, Gaolang has something that all the fighters have in common. He has a fire inside of him that longs for a challenge. Like the Fang, Gaolang was happy to finally meet someone who was able to push him beyond his limits. It's true that he's fiercely loyal to his king and that he entered the tournament on Rama's behalf, but at the same time, Gaolang has always wanted to fight a strong foe to the death. After a serious war of attrition where both fighters were pushed to the brink, the Fang eventually won after surprising Gaolang with a takedown which he immediately followed up with a knee, a strategy he picked up from his previous match with Okubo Naoya. The Fang admits that he never did manage to surpass Gaolang in striking and that the Muay Thai fighter was the strongest opponent he had ever faced. The Fang also later reveals that had it not been by sheer luck that Gaolang broke his fist during an exchange, then he himself could have lost. After the match, Gaolang is seen talking to Kaneda. He states that he had lost all feeling in his broken fist and that it's possible he may never box again. But he has no regrets and hopes that his warrior spirit was enough to reinvigorate his desolated comrade Cao Peng. It's also shown that King Rama is not upset that Gaolang lost. He says that Gaolang has represented Thailand well and he wants him to come back healthy. This shows that the relationship isn't just Gaolang being one-sidedly loyal to Rama, but that the king also cares deeply for his bodyguard and sees him as a younger brother. Gaolang spends the rest of the tournament observing the final rounds alongside the other fighters. He is later seen drinking with Okubo Naoya at the tournament after party, where he states that the fighters must prepare themselves for a new age of reform now that the tournament is over. The last time Gaolang is mentioned in the Kengan Ashura manga is when we learn that he has announced his comeback to boxing despite his injuries from the tournament. Gaolang has also been briefly mentioned in the sequel, Kengan Omega, where he is slated to be one of the representatives for the Kengan Association in the upcoming showdown with Purgatory. Gaolang is without a doubt one of, if not the best striker in the Kengan Annihilation Tournament. Gaolang's original fighting style is Muay Thai. He rose through the ranks among the Thai fighters at a young age and quickly became known as the Thai God of War. Being a master of Muay Thai means that Gaolang is efficient in using elbows, knees, roundhouse kicks, and fighting in the Thai clinch. However, one day, Gaolang began to realize the weakness in Muay Thai. The style puts little importance on punches because they are hardly worth any points in Thai matches. But since he was the king's royal sword, Gaolang would not allow himself to have such a weakness. Thus, he began to train in boxing to compensate. As a boxer, he adopted the hitman style that was made popular by real-life American boxer Thomas Hearns. One of his signature techniques is called the flash, and it's when he rapid fires up to 15 jabs in a single breath. His boxing is in fact at such a high level, he's able to force his opponents to move in the ways he wants. This is seen in his bout with the Fang. Despite admitting that he cannot beat Gaolang in a straight boxing match, the Fang was unable to use any of the other weapons in his arsenal. This is because Gaolang had successfully sealed off all methods of attack from his opponent. Through the use of foot movement and speed, he was able to force the Fang into strictly a boxing match in which he had the advantage in. But when he's fighting at his best, Gaolang uses a combination of both Muay Thai and boxing, in which his feet are only a sub-weapon built around his hands. His ability to use Muay Thai movements while also using heavy punching combos is what allows Gaolang to stand at the pinnacle of all strikers. Well, that was a fun one. You might end up hearing me say this a lot about the other characters, but there's no doubt that Gaolang is one of my favorite fighters in the series, probably top 2 even. Let me know down in the comments which Kengan fighter you guys want me to explain next. And don't forget, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.